direction.
Juan. Hey guys, Kevin Harding here. I've also got who I call Juan, but his name is Jesse, and he's with us. You can't really see him, I guess, because there's only two of us. If you didn't know, when there's three or more, you can see the little pictures at the bottom. If there's only two, you just see the big picture. But guys, welcome. You're going to hear from myself. You're going to hear from Jesse today. Keith Harding is up in Colorado at the beautiful Beaver Creek Resort with some friends and getting a little bit of R&R, having a great time. I think he posted a picture of a golf course. They played golf yesterday, and man, it was beautiful. So beautiful green fairway, and then I think an old-looking barn, and then in the distance you could see the mountains, and they had snow-covered mountains. So I'm assuming the temperature is just gorgeous and beautiful. And so, guys, hopefully Keith's enjoying his time in Colorado away with friends. Today, though, we are going to talk about, it's probably the biggest question I get, the most asked question we get when it comes to marketing is, how do you do it? What are the best practices, or how do you market online? We call it online marketing or social marketing or even content marketing. And really when it comes down to it, it's all about the content. It's all about the content. And we're going to kind of dive into that a little bit. I'm going to let Jesse talk first. Jesse's going to talk about, well, Jesse gave me a few points. So I'm going to let him talk about it. I won't go through it. But after Jesse's done, I've got 5 points that I want to cover. I've got a bunch of notes here, so I'm going to kind of go through it. But I'm going to hand it over to Jesse, and Jesse's going to give us some ideas to get more people viewing our conversations and our posts. So go ahead, Jesse, take it away.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Let's see, first I want to start it with Facebook. Facebook here lately has changed their formula for how your content appears. A lot of people have been using their content, putting out content 5-10 times a day, and it's just not going anywhere. Not too many people are seeing it. Your friends aren't seeing it, and I'm sure you've noticed that a lot of your friends' content isn't showing up on your feed either. A lot of that is to make sure that you're looking at the best content available. The comments, the posts that are being liked, commented on the most are the ones that are going to keep showing up. So you want to make sure that you're posting popular content. Make sure you're posting stuff that your friends are going to see, want to read, want to comment, and want to like. Another thing is to make sure you create content with it. You know, don't just post a post out there and let it just sit there. Create excitement with it. Add a question to the end of it and engage with people. Make sure that your friends want to comment and that there's going to be a conversation developed. If you post something in the morning and you get a couple comments throughout the day, and then you get another comment maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon, that comment's going to go right back to the top, and other people that possibly didn't see it earlier in the morning will get to see it again. So you'll want your post to continue just generating it back to the top, so you can get more people to look at it, more people to like it, and that's what you want. You want that conversation going on Facebook, so your comments and posts are always showing. It's really about the quality over the quantity. It's better to have one post that you have 20, 30 people liking, commenting on, than have 30 posts and only have one person liking each one. So think about that when you post stuff. That is this post going to give me comments? Is this post going to give me likes? I mean, are people going to talk to me back and forth or not? Also create direction. You want to tell people, find somebody and just call them out on it. Say, hey, John, what do you think of this post? Kevin, what was your opinion about this video? I know you're into this type of stuff. Something that would just engage somebody and invite them to comment. A lot of the time, people are worried and scared about commenting. So, bring them out. Don't be afraid to engage with them. Let's see, the next thing I have here is, a lot of people are using Facebook to try to grab their leads from Facebook, and it turns people off sometimes, that you're constantly throwing your business out there, whatever it is. If they didn't like it the first time, they're not going to continue liking it. So the best way to do it is just create those conversations and have them come to you. Outside of Facebook, try to find some blogs, some forums, some chat rooms, something maybe nearby in your city, or just something about a hobby that you're into. create a great landing page. Make sure that you have that initiative to sign up today, sign up now. Add a video to it, something exciting to where you can post on your signature, so that when you comment and talk to people on their forums, people get bored. They'll read your comment and then they'll go click on your link if you have a link, and it'll redirect them to your website, and that is where you want to capture them. So you can capture a lead not by throwing it out there, but putting it and letting them find you. Let's see. Make sure you're creating great conversations with them there. You don't want to get too much in political debates and controversies and stuff like that. And if you do, make sure that you're not there to insult somebody and create an argument, because then you're going to lose that. Create a valid argument, a valid point, and talk to them. Share ideas, agree with them, disagree with them in a respectful manner, but just make sure that you create that conversation so that people, the more posts on a forum, a chat, people will read them. People go just to read the comments. So if you're there coming up a lot and your link is there, people will find you. So once again, make sure that you have quality stuff, that it's more quality over quantity, and that you continue creating that excitement so that people will come to you. And that's what you really want, because you don't want to shove it down their throat. You want to make sure that they come to you, and that's the best way to get them to come to you. So that's all I had. Kevin?
Okay, thanks, Jesse. I appreciate that. Yeah, we get a lot of questions about that, and say, not as many people are seeing my posts. I'm not getting as many likes or comments, and the best way to do that is what Jesse just said. Ask questions. Call people's names out. Like other people's things. Comment on other people's posts as well. So when you do that, when you engage with them on things that they're interested in or commenting on, they'll start to do the same to you. So thanks, Jesse. Appreciate that. Guys, I've got 5 points here. I've got them all written down, so I'm gonna be going through my notes here. But things that I saw a couple of blogs out there yesterday, and so I took a few notes from those, and I think it's some pretty good information that you're going to get some usefulness out of. So number one, when you're creating content, whether it's content for a blog, or whether it's content to put on a landing page, or if it's content to post on Facebook or Google Plus or whatever it might be, Twitter perhaps, but you have to keep that short. Whatever it is, these 5 these 5 points can actually 4 points. I took one out. These 4 points can definitely help you along the way. So I started with 10 and I reduced it to 4. We might actually start a little series here on online marketing or social or content marketing. To me, they're all very much interrelated. So, but here are 4 points I'm going to cover. Number 1, emotion. Use emotion to motivate. The goal of writing good content is not to encourage someone to feel an old emotion. The goal is to encourage someone to desire for something. Here's a couple approaches or examples that work better than others when eliciting desire. Number 1, self-improvement. People want to be the best at what they do. So try framing your content in terms of, here's an example, 10 things you don't know about XYZ, or things you missed about XYZ, or maybe ways to make you better or awesome at XYZ, whatever your subject is. Those are things that tell a person, hey, I can become better at something, I can improve personally or improve in my business, becoming an expert in something. So if you can do those sorts of things, it's going to create and bring out an emotion in somebody to do something, to take action, to take that next step. Fear of missing out is a biggie. Fear as advertising and marketing is a great motivator, particularly the fear of missing out on an opportunity. Fear elicits a desire for insight, for secrets, or loopholes. Here's a blog article example I saw. How I increased page conversions by 250% and drove 500,000 in revenue. Does that gain your attention? It gains my attention. It gained my attention enough to copy it and paste it into this little to my notes here. So if you see something like how I increased page conversions by 250% and drove 500,000 in revenue, you're going to say, well, how did Kevin do that? You're going to click on it. You're going to read the content that I have put together, and then at the end, of course, I'm going to have some sort of call to action. So that's just another example. The fear of missing out. Self-improvement, fear of missing out, touches the emotion for people. So use emotion to motivate. Number 2, add urgency. Limitation on time or availability. That's a biggie, guys. So if you can do that, you're adding urgency. A fear of missing out. You want to, this is seen more on online and social marketing than any other type of factor. So fear of missing out. These aren't just factors you need to implement in your online ads or landing pages or marketing emails. They're actually factors you need to be implementing across the board. For example, if you're going to charge anything for your upcoming webinar or conference or an ebook, try making it for free for the first 100 people who provide an email address. This is actually going to increase the assumed value of the piece of content, and it's going to increase the chance of those first 100 spots filling up extremely fast and maybe even going viral. So, even in your blog content, you need to induce interaction through urgency. Even if it's not there, even if it's not real, even if you say, listen, guys, I'm going to take something down, midnight tonight, well, it's still there tomorrow. That happens every day, all day long. So you've got to create that urgency for people to take that next step. Here's a couple examples of what I mean. Number 1, before it closes, the loophole that increases Facebook organic reach by 330%. Next one, the 23 strategies that can turn leads into customers today. And the last one I wrote down, stop making these 9 email marketing mistakes now. So out of those 3 examples, the urgency comes in. The first one was before it closes. The second one was today. And that last one was now. So those are the 3 words or concepts that add urgency to what you're trying to convey. My third point, you want to reduce anxiety. Are you trustworthy? Why should someone believe in your recommendations, or more importantly, trust you enough to buy or download something you say they should? Trust within the sales funnel is a huge component, and it's only getting bigger. People, for the most part, don't trust those who are only shoveling products or opportunities in their face. If you're promoting, they're not going to trust you. In fact, they're going to run from it. They're going to unlike you. They're going to unfriend you, or they might unfollow you. They will, however, trust people who are just like you. So, in fact, this kind of trust seems to grow stronger every single day. A couple points here on creating content that communicates trust. Number 1, be empathetic. Empathize. Don't just sympathize, but empathize. Actually put yourself in your reader's shoes. What issues do they have? Have you had those same issues? Describe how you overcame those issues that they're facing. Perhaps talk about how your company's tools or products or business help you address similar problems. You be the testimonial. You be the testimonial and the story. And talking about stories, we've all heard the old saying that facts tell and stories sell. Show that you're more than just a robot promoting a product or an opportunity. Integrate real life into your content by sharing personal experiences with your audience and an experience that your audience can relate to. In other words, be real. Another point, root your content in reality. Keeping your content relevant is not only about focusing on your audience, it's also about focusing on the world's outside of your content, of your business. For instance, keep in mind different holidays or seasons or sporting events or anything else your readers might be interested in and thinking about in their real life offline lives, right? So don't just promote and talk about business. Be real. Talk about your kid's birthday party. Talk about, summer. It's getting hot in here, right? Talk about whatever it might be, a sporting event. Someone that has their sons play flag football or tackle football, and you make a comment, they're going to engage. There's a good chance they'll engage that comment. And likewise, you should be engaging on your friends' posts as well when there's things that you're interested in. So keep it real. Show yourself. Include a picture of yourself, or maybe a brief bio at the bottom or side of your blog or your website or even your landing page, perhaps. But number one, be genuine, be authentic, be transparent. People can tell if you're real or if you're fake, so be real. This is going to build trust, and trust between you and your reader or prospect will only lead to more sales and conversions. So be authentic, be real, tell a story, be the story, be the testimonial that you can hopefully have your customers or your audience can relate to. My last point is this: give advice, not pitches. If your entire content stream is promotional, no one will trust what you say. Let me say that again. If your entire content stream, all your posts out there, all your articles, is about your product, your service, you're trying to get sales and conversions, if it's all promotional every single time you say something, nobody will trust you. Even the people that know you and actually trust you will get tired of seeing all your posts and are going to unlike you, unfriend you, and unfollow you. So I've always heard the 80-20 rule. I saw something yesterday talking about this 90% rule. So if 90% of your content stream is either educational, informational, and related to solving the problems of your readers, then your readers are far more likely to believe you when you say, oh, and by the way, this product we're using makes this whole process really easy. Product I'm talking about is whatever you're selling, whether it's Victory products or something else. If there's that trust factor built into it, and you've made 10 posts, and on your 10th post, you actually put something out there subtly, like I just did. Oh, and by the way, this product we're using, it makes posting to the internet or to your social networks so easy. So it takes all the time-consuming aspects out of it. Whatever it might be. They're going to trust you because you built the trust. Trust isn't something you build with one post or overnight or even in a week or a month, guys. Trust is something that takes time to build. You can lose trust like that, but to build the trust, it takes time. It takes communication and engagement with people. So not only this decrease the chance that people will get scared away. If you're just throwing, if you're doing the 90% rule, 90% is educational, informational, and related to solving a problem that your readers have, then this is going to decrease the chance that people will get scared away by your spammy content. So when you do throw a pitch out there, when you do say something about a product or service in a subtle way, it's not going to scare them away. It's going to increase the likelihood that they'll share your products with others and actually use it themselves. So this is a way to get your message to go viral as well. Build the trust 90% of the time, informational, educational, and related to solving a problem. And when you do actually promote what you're offering, it's not going to come across as spam. So basically, guys, in conclusion, at the end of the day, what we're all wanting is the same thing. We're all wanting to earn an income online through social media, online marketing. This happens with great content. You got to create good content. Whether you borrow content, online, there is such thing as IP, intellectual property. But at the same time, whether it's a news article, whether it's somebody whatever it might be, you can share that content. Give someone credit for it if you want, if you will. But there's content out there to be had that interests you. Well, there's a good chance it'll interest somebody else. So share the content, engage, comment, build the trust with your audience. This happens with great content, like I said. If your content's not getting the response you're looking for, change it, tweak it, maybe perhaps modify your call to action. You're not going to get it right the first time. In fact, the best online marketers are always tweaking their content to see what converts best. They're always trying to increase their conversion rates, and they do that by saying, I said this last time, now I'm going to say it in this way, or I'm going to use this image, or I'm going to use this color. Whatever it might be, they're going to tweak things, and they're going to match it up. Well, with this color, I got X amount of conversions. I got X amount of leads and X amount of sales. And with this one, I got less leads but more sales. Whatever it might be, you can test those different landing pages or content articles that you've put together, and you can see what's working better than what's not working. Okay, so those are some points I just wanted to point out to you today. Guys, content is king. It absolutely is when it comes to online marketing or social marketing. And you'll probably realize that when you have friends that just promote something, you just overlook it, or eventually you're going to unfriend them. When you have friends that give value to your day, whether it's about heck, it could be controversial about abortion or gun rights or whatever it might be, or it might just be something about a hobby that you're interested in, whether it's fishing or knitting or whatever it might be, flying a kite, who knows. I'm sure there's probably a kite forum out there somewhere. Like Jesse said earlier, find those forums with that have similar interests for you, whether it's hunting, flying a kite, knitting, whatever it might be. Trust me, there's a forum out there for it, probably multiple. Plug into those forums and build a relationship and trust with those people. And then, oh yeah, by the way, I've got a product that it's great. It makes this process easier, this online marketing process. So content is king, build trust, engage. There you go, guys. Hopefully some of these things that we shared, Jess and I shared with you today, made sense. Hopefully it kind of hit home. Hopefully you can maybe change up what you're doing just a little bit, tweak it, change it to make your conversions better. Before we go, I want to remind everybody, we've got a $1 million giveaway, $1 million challenge that we're doing. I'm not going to go into it, but we want to give away $1 million over the next month and a half, so make sure you go to our website or go to your back office. You can read all about it. You'll find information on it there. Also, Jesse has been doing some videos. He's going to continue to do more video tutorials in the back office. So right now, he put up 6 new video tutorials that will be up. If they're not up already, they're going to be up today, very, very shortly. And they're all in the tools section. He talks about the landing pages, the autoresponders, and everything that's involved with that. So there's 6 different video tutorials, shorter than what's there currently or was there, and is very specific about very specific actions on how to do things within those categories. So check those out today. And also, I just want to ask you guys, I've got a good friend. His name is Jeff Patterson, and he's a Dallas firefighter. He was a couple weeks ago involved in a fire and was injured. He has 45% burns to his body. He had some kidney issues and some lung issues as a result. And right now, I got some word last night that he has an infection, which is very, very scary when that happens to a burn victim. So if you don't mind, just keep him in your thoughts, and if you can pray for him, and maybe even share the word about Jeff and to your churches or your groups. But dear friend of mine, in fact, I'm going to go down. He has surgery today, I think around 2 or 2:30. After this hangout, I'm going to go down and be with their family. But if you guys would just pray for Jeff and that he and his family, he's got a couple of young kiddos and his wife, but if you could just pray for him and his family that God will place his healing hands on his body and the surgeons that are working with him. So guys, thanks for listening to us today. Hopefully something we said and shared will make an impact in your conversion rates. This is going to be a short series. We're going to talk about very similar things next week, about content, about online and social marketing. So if you enjoyed it, make sure you're here next week. Also invite guests, whether they're prospects or people in your organization already. Make sure that they are here next week as well, listening to the Hangout. So that's it from myself and Jesse. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great week, guys.